Before mastering diabetes, my A1C was 14.3%, way off the charts. And now it's down around 6%. My fasting blood glucose was around 300, and now it's down around 100. My weight was one of the biggest issues. In this case, I was actually low in weight, and I was about 140 pounds. And to give you context, I'm 6'2". That's very tiny. Since mastering diabetes, I've gone up to about 155 pounds, and I'm continuing to build on that. Last year, April 2022, I basically had lost over 50 pounds. I wasn't really a healthy weight before that, but over 2 years during the pandemic, I lost 50 pounds or so, and I was already a pretty skinny person throughout my life, to the point where people started saying, "Are you okay? It looks like your shirt's falling off of you." And, it kind of just creeps up on you over time. I went to the doctor, and my fasting blood glucose came back, and it was 300. That kind of pinpointed at least where the problem was. And then I got my A1C a couple weeks later. It was 14.3%, which, yikes. My doctor said, "Hey, you're older than your 20s, so you're obviously type 2." Incorrect statement, but that's what he told me, and I knew nothing about diabetes at the time. He said, "You're a type 2 diabetic. Go away and use metformin. Here's some metformin. Here's some Jardiance. Oh, and actually your blood sugar is really bad, so here's some basal insulin too, because you're in really bad shape." He didn't really tell me how to use it, so I just went home and started putting in 10 units of basal insulin and took the medication. He said, "Oh, go to dietdoctor.ca. You're going to need to eat low carb." So I spent about a month doing that. I said, I better learn something about diabetes. So I went online and I started reading. I came across Robbie on the Rich Roll podcast, and I said, well, I'll try this. I'll get the book. And I got the book, and I slowly read it. I got through the first few chapters. I said, okay, this science sort of makes sense. Started making some of the recipes. I feel way better than on the low-carb diet. You heard some of the characteristics there. I generally have found that I have more energy. I basically have been doing a lot more exercise because of the Mastering Diabetes method. And that used to be really hard. Before I started anything, when my A1C was about 14.3, I wouldn't have energy for anything. Like I'd eat a meal, didn't matter whether it was pizza, pasta, vegetables, I would just be full or feel bloated. And I didn't really feel full, but I felt bloated, and I'd immediately curl up on the couch and be dozy. Now I have a lot more energy, and I frequently, every time I eat, I'm still, in shape to go out and do exercise. And I don't feel like curling up on the couch ever right after eating. And that was just a constant for me. Before mastering diabetes, my A1C was 14.3%, way off the charts. And now it's down around 6%. My fasting blood glucose was around 300, and now it's down around 100. My weight was one of the biggest issues. In this case, I was actually low in weight, and I was about 140 pounds. And to give you context, I'm 6'2". That's very tiny. Since mastering diabetes, I've gone up to about 155 pounds, and I'm continuing to build on that. So in the morning, Coach Linda convinced me to eat a giant smoothie, and I put in some greens and some frozen cauliflower, and then I put in some fruit, whether it's pineapple or mango. I put in some berries for taste, put in some spices like cinnamon and ginger and some amla if I have it around. And then I'll put in some bananas. And I really try to pump up the calories, but I'll eat it over a few hours there. Then for lunch, I usually have some grain, like maybe some quinoa or rice. I do include some yellow light, like some pasta noodles, like bean pasta noodles. And this is really for the calories. And I'll make sauces that are kind of heavy on the beans and vegetables. And I try to, honestly, from my perspective, I try to get to about 1,000 calories. So it's a pretty heavy lunch. I don't sit there and eat it in 5 minutes. So I always take it with greens as well. So in our house, we always have a bowl of salad that people are picking out of. And, I might have some fruit as a snack, depending on what I'm doing that day. And then for dinner, I tone it down a little bit. I'll still have some salad to start it off. I might do a potato, or some beets or something. And then I'll have some other vegetables. And then I'll top it off with a little bit of fruit. And I try to do that always before 7 p.m. so that by the time I get to bed, I've had 3 hours without food and had a chance to regulate sort of my blood sugar for the night. Try to get to about 3,000 or 3,500 calories a day. I mean, I hope I'm not going to do that for the rest of my life, I hope. But for right now, it's, my strategy to continue to get to my chosen weight point here. You have to do something. As you can probably tell from my history, I don't think it's an acceptable response to sit there and say, oh, well, the doctor's going to cure me with some pills. For me, mastering diabetes worked really well. And it took time and it didn't happen day one, but I really liked the phase in step approach. You can start with 1 meal a day, and 1 meal is better than 0 meals, according to it. And pretty soon you'll get down to 2 meals, or you'll get up to 2 meals a day. And then you'll be up to 3 meals a day. And then you'll be walking around and excited about going for a walk around your house. And it takes time. And for some people, it's going to take a little bit longer. And for some people like myself, who, like I said, I wasn't a huge meat eater, it was a little bit easier because I already was sort of in line with it. If you're on the fence, just buy the book and try moving forward with it and see if it's something like how you can incorporate it into your life. Because I'm a big believer in habits anyways, and it's mostly a book about good habits. And then if you're looking at it and you're saying, well, okay, I feel like this has done a little bit for me, then I'd highly recommend the coaching program. I was told immediately, you're not eating enough. And that was not obvious at the time. I was like, but I'm eating according to the book. Come on, what else can I do? It's already really hard for me to prepare all this stuff. Now I know what I have to look out for. And I would never have known that without the coaching program. I may have even quit because I wouldn't have been able to gain weight and tried something else. So I would highly recommend the coaching program, because I think unless you have a really supportive group of like whole food, plant-based people around that already know what they're doing, it really helps to talk to someone who's been through it and knows what you need to do or can give you some tips along the way.